Hey everyone, how's it going? Puntastic77 here, coming to you with some Team Fortress 2. Hope you're doing well. I got this gameplay here for you over the weekend. I just wanted to show it off because it kind of has two forms of Demoman play styles here, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit and a few other things relating to this game specifically here. So let's get into it and let's talk about it. So one, I'm playing the Demoman here. The loadout that I have is the grenade launcher, the sticky bomb launcher, and the frying pan, but you don't really see much of that. I mean, you'll see a little flailing attempts a few times, but I never really land anything when I'm trying to melee somebody. But let's talk about the Demoman a little bit and the kind of styles you can play as the Demoman. So I've always said, and you can see these in some of my previous videos as me playing as the Demoman, that there are two main ways that I play the Demoman, not talking about Demo Night. We'll talk about Demo Night in another video and my thoughts on that. But one, you can be the offensive Demoman, where you're getting in people's faces, you're using the grenade launcher, you're using the sticky bomb launcher, you got a medic with a Kritz Krieger and Uber to kind of help you out, and that's how I was kind of playing it the first half of the video. I was like, let's see how aggressive we can be, let's go in there and see what we can do. But you can also play a second way, which is the defensive trap kind of Demoman here. And I kind of shift to that style more towards the end of the video, and you'll definitely see it later on. I mean, I'll definitely point that out when I kind of see the shift happening here. And during the game, I didn't realize that, like, oh, I didn't make the cognizant, like, I'm going to switch to this style. It just kind of happened because of the situation, because I wanted to win. The drive to win will make you do a lot of different things. So let's talk about being defensive and talk about being offensive as the Demoman. So we'll start with the offensive one here because I think it's a little bit easier to talk about. It's pretty simple in my mind here. So you kind of go in at the beginning, you're going to lay some traps by the door or the objective or whatever, and just jump around, use your sticky trap to kind of escape rather than cause problems. So it's very much go in, go out, cause some damage, go in, go out. If you want to be aggressive, you can use a lock and load and try and land shots. I always am trying to work on using the grenade launcher better to get direct hit damage. It's one of the most satisfying things I think you can have as the Demoman, and in TF2, honestly. I think some of the more satisfying things is one, direct hits. With the direct hit and the lock and load and weapons like that, backstabs, using a flamethrower and like air blasting someone and catching them with a flare shot or something like that. But that's just, we'll talk about satisfying things in another video. A lot of topics coming up here. So the second way you can play this class is the defensive style, which you're seeing right now, and that's definitely where I started making the shift, is just let them come to me and let me lay some traps down. Obviously those scouts kind of evaded my grasp here and they walked past here, but yeah, I definitely start laying some traps so I can lock down this lower area here. So let's talk about locking down areas and how that can help your team out. So whenever I play Upward, if you've ever played a game with me and we're on Upward, you will know that I scream to death when we get to this last point. We need to lock down the lower area and the catwalk. I don't know what the official term for the catwalk is, but it's that upper area to the left where I'm kind of trying to fire at, but a little bit higher where those windows are. Now, I always say if a team gets down here or up in the area where I was talking about, it's game over. So when I mean locking down an area, you have to remove yourself from the aggressive, offensive Demoman strategy where I'm trying to get the most kills as possible. Forget the team, forget the objective. I just want to cause some problems and get as many kills as possible. When you're doing this, you have to kind of play defensively and wait for people to come to you. So that's why I'm fast forwarding this clip here, is because I was down there locking stuff up and nothing crazy really happened. Now I realized that you can look up in this area and pop some shots up and cause some problems, because I know some people were coming through the middle, and that's honestly why I always tell people don't go through the middle. Only dummies go through the middle. Now I'm just able to stand here by the dispenser, lob some grenades, get some random kills, and everything's gonna work out, and I can lock down two areas from that area. One, I can lock down the bottom area because I'm looking at it and I have a trap set up by that doorway, and two, I can lob grenades randomly and hopefully get someone. And because I have a dispenser, it's not really a loss for anybody, because hell, I can just get ammo back here. Now, another thing I want to point about this gameplay here is there was a lot of communication going on between the teams. So when I start recording sessions, I usually go in with the mentality of like, alright, Puntastic, today you are not going to talk to anybody, you're not going to get mad, you're not going to get upset, you're not going to press the voice chat button. All you're going to do is just play and see what happens and focus on doing your best here. And I switch back to the offensive style here because I'm like, hell, we have a Kritzkrieg. Might as well see what we can do with it here. But then it goes back to the defensive, thing where it's like, let's not push too much unless we, know it's a safe thing and we have a medic behind us here. So yeah, going back to the communication thing, I have the volume turned down on most of the videos, but you can see people are communicating a lot in this game. They're calling out spies, they're calling out where the Demoman and the soldiers on the other team are shooting, hey, I'm an engineer, can you please spy check this, or can you get the sapper off, and people were switching to classes that were useful. And honestly, it made the game really fun. Out of maybe like a 2 or 3 hour game session this weekend just playing Team Fortress 2, this was probably one of the most fun games I had, just because we had people getting into it, getting into the strategy, and people can come back and say, obviously, that, oh, it's just a pub, don't, why you guys take it seriously? If you want communication and you want people to take it seriously, go to competitive. Well, honestly, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to have to commit to a team or go to a pickup game where, people are fighting for the sniper spot, where, you have to wait in a 45-minute line or queue or whatever it is just so you can get someone to join the medic spot so you can start a Highlander or a 6v6. It's kind of ridiculous. I just kind of want to hop into a, pub, play a little bit, and have everyone with the same mentality. And I've seen Steam groups, people have, like, sent me Steam group requests of, like, players who take the game a little bit more seriously and want to do that, but I really don't use Steam groups as much as it should be, and I don't utilize that as often as I should. So let's talk about the last thing that I really noticed about this game before we end it for today here, and that's momentum. Now, at the beginning, we were killing these guys. Like, we had sticky traps, we were being aggressive, we had them locked at their spawn door, and they were able to cap the first point. And I was like, okay, well, we can hold them off. We have a teleporter, we have a sentry. And they were able to push past the second point here, and then the third. And I was getting a little bit nervous because momentum, I think, in TF2 is huge. Because if you get that clock reset, it puts the pressure off of the offensive team to have to make a push, and they can kind of goof around a little bit before, that 30-second, huge push that people inevitably end up making. So yeah, momentum is definitely a huge thing. But the gameplay is kind of winding down here, and so I just want to have you all hear the end of it because the communication was really good and people were really happy about the ending of this game. But let me know what you think about some of the stuff that I've said here. If you agree with it, if you disagree with it, if you think Demo Night is the best way to play Demoman, let me know why, and I'll have a friendly conversation with you about it here. But thank you all for watching so much. Stick around to the end of the video. There is a new outro, and I really want to see what you all think about it. I don't know. I had fun making it, and it features a really cool song that I like. Anyways, thank you all for watching so much.
Smart scout. Watch out, sentry now spy. Level 3 sentry outside our door.
Guys, there's a spy.
The spy here.
Stack him out, it's stuck.
Heavy upstairs.
I got the spy.
And they're targeting the stand here quickly. We have 40 seconds. Come on,
I'm going heavy.
guys.
Got like 3 max on the card, get him off.
Yes, 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 yes. Oh, it's so close.
Oh! That air shot!
I hold them off.
That was a clutch ending right there.
That was clutch. Good job, guys.